What's up, my friend? Today I'll be reacting to the biggest mistakes tourists make in the USA. This is a fascinating one because I want to visit America so bad. But before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. And that said, let's play it.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here at Mount Rushmore, and today we're going to talk about
Oh, I love this. This is in South Dakota, right, my friends? I believe I actually know the name of the four presidents. So Washington, Thomas Jefferson, right? This is the one I'm not sure, but I believe it's Thomas Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. I know there is two Roosevelts. This is basically the first. This is super iconic, right? And four great presidents.
the little mistakes that tourists make when they come to the U.S. And the first mistake is getting upset when the Americans count continents a little bit differently. Here in the U.S., we have 7 continents: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Antarctica, and Australia. And the thing is, other places around the world, sometimes they combine North America and South America into the Americas, and they only have 6. So don't get upset if we count it a little bit differently here in the U.S., all right? Now, let's see some more of this beautiful country to talk about some of the other mistakes you might see. So now we're here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and my next mistake that I see tourists make when they come to the U.S. is thinking that no one will understand them when they talk smack in a foreign language. Look, you can talk smack in German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, whatever, and you may think no one's going to understand you, but you'll be surprised how many people actually will understand you, okay? I mean, I've been on trips. I remember we were...
This kind of makes sense because, well, first of all, there is a lot of diversity in America, but for me in specific, I speak Portuguese. I don't think there is a lot of people speaking Portuguese in America, but there is a lot of people speaking Spanish, and Portuguese and Spanish. If you try, you can understand a lot of words.
In New Orleans, my buddy and I were sitting there, and these 2 guys were talking about these girls. They were speaking German, and they were talking about these 2 cute girls up there. And the 2 girls turn around, and they're like, "We had German in college," and they're like, "Oh my goodness." It was pretty funny. So don't think you can go around and talking smack in Italian or Portuguese or Japanese or whatever, and you won't have a local be like, "Dude, we understand what you're saying." Now, I'm not saying everybody will understand, but don't think it's going to be a secret language.
I would never do this,
just in case, all right? Now, another mistake I see tourists make when they come is they get really upset when people ask for their ID when they buy alcohol or cigarettes. Look, you don't, I know, and lots of places around the world, you never have to show an ID if you look like you're older than...
Okay, I got a couple, this is not the first time I see him mentioning this. And the other day I end up asking, is this true or not? And I got a couple of mixed answers, you know. So if I go to America, from 0 to 10, what are the chances they ask me for an ID if I try to buy alcohol? Give me the number. 0? No, 0 maybe not, but it's not 10, right? Some people really told me, no, André, they will ask you for the ID. And but I look older than 21, so I don't get it.
15, they're like, sure, you can buy that. In the US,
even the Lady Liberty may... That's amazing. Well, it is what it is.
That's not the way. The reason why they're so strict with it, if they get caught selling without asking for ID, or they sell to someone that's underage, they can get a really big fine, and people don't want to pay that fine. So it's just, hey, look, I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to get a ticket. Can I just see your ID? And the thing is, it's not just the person buying. They could ask the ID for the person with them, okay? So have your passport with you. Have an ID with you that shows your age. If you're going to be buying alcohol or cigarettes, even if you look like an old fart like me, sometimes I have to show my ID still, okay? So take it as a positive. You just look really young, okay? And when you're talking to those locals, another mistake I see tourists make is they don't ask the locals for advice. Look, when you're in the U.S., we're very gregarious people. We like to talk. We like to share. We like to tell you, oh, this is the greatest place to get this. We've got steaks down the road here, but if you're going to get Rocky Mountain oysters, they've got them right there at the Albany. And so you want to take in the local flavor, right? So you got to...
Oh, I'm going to do this 100%. Specific in a small city, I think this can be actually even a great way to start some conversation with the people there. And Americans are really friendly, so don't worry. I will not do this mistake.
Ask the locals. And the thing is, a lot of us now, we use the TripAdvisors, we use the Yelps, and we base everything we do on that, which a lot of times is good, but wouldn't you want to know from an actual local versus a lot of tourists just writing reviews? So make sure you take the time to talk to the locals. Don't make the mistake of ignoring them. Take in their advice and learn, because you might find out that, oh yeah, you can actually go to this museum, it's free on Tuesdays, and you can go get really good food here, and they've got actually free beer samples over there. I'm like, free beer? Hold on. Because honestly, if you go to Ybor City in Tampa, you want to make sure that you get the right Cuban sandwich when you go, because you got to order it the right way when you're down there. And the locals will help you out with that. Now, another mistake I see, and I've talked about this in other videos, but I think it's important to talk about again, is the mistake of not tipping. Look, I would say not tipping and then giving some excuse.
Okay, I already know between 15% to 20%. You guys don't have to worry. If I go, I will automatically make that 100%.
US, servers, bartenders, waiters, waitresses, they make their living off of tips. You are not going to change the system by saying, I don't agree with tipping. This is wrong. I will never tip. They should get paid more. This is me saying that they should get paid more. I'm not going to support those.
I mean, if you are in other country, it does not matter if you agree or not. I mean, respect the people there.
Those business owners.
At least that's the way I look at things. But I believe even in America, this is a bit controversial right now, the tipping culture. But that's how my brain works. If I go there, I have to respect the traditions, culture, etc.
That are doing that. Look, you're not doing that. All you're doing is being cheap, okay? You like the food, how it's cheap in the US? Well, part of that is because they don't have to put on the service charge and pay the waiters and stuff as much, and so they have lower food prices, so therefore it's up to you to tip. So 15 to 20% when you go to a sit-down restaurant, that's a typical tip in the US, okay? So don't make the mistake of not tipping, because I guarantee if you go back to that same restaurant, they'll remember you. So I'll leave Cheyenne here and let's go see more beautiful parts of the US. So continuing on with our mistakes that tourists make in the US, we're here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, I love that he films in such different places. We end up being in Wyoming, now we are in Atlanta. And shows how beautiful America is. Atlanta is a very popular city.
And my next mistake I have for tourists is they don't buy the insurance package when they buy their plane tickets. Look.
No, I have to buy it, because if something happens with me, I probably don't have money enough on my bank account to pay healthcare in America, because I believe it's really, really expensive if you don't have insurance. So this one, no chance I'm taking a risk, because it can actually ruin my life. It's crazy.
Your insurance back home may only cover your insurance back home.
This is something that is a bit different from here, and I'm not criticizing you, my friends, but if you come to Portugal, if you have a problem, it will be cheap, or can even be free, because we have free healthcare. And I know when I say free healthcare, someone always living, that's not free because you pay in taxes. I'm aware, my friend, but I'm telling you the way it is here. And like I was saying, you guys have a different system. That's it. You may agree, disagree, but at the end of the day, that's something for you guys to decide, not me. We have free healthcare, but don't think I'm super happy with the system, because that guy says in the comments, we also have to pay for that in a different way. But of course, there is pros and cons.
Make sure you have insurance for your trip, not just in case the trip gets canceled, but also for health insurance purposes, because health insurance and health issues in the US are crazy expensive. You need to go to the ER, you could be out a few grand, okay? A lot of times when you buy international tickets, they'll give you the option to get extra insurance when you do that. Make sure you pick it up, or talk to your insurance provider back home to see if your insurance will be working there, because man, I mean, having a few $1,000 bill on your credit card can be a bit tough, okay? So just have a heads up for that.
I believe it.
Another mistake I see tourists make is they don't sign up for the loyalty programs. Look, here in the US, we love our loyalty programs. Yes, I'd love to collect my miles so I can get a free flight. Yes, I would love to collect my hotel stay so I can get a free night in a hotel. Yes, I'd love a free upgrade because I'm a member of this program. Or my personal favorite, hey, if I'm a member of your hotel thing,
But is this worth for one time going like me? That's the thing. I don't get it.
get free internet. Yeah.
If you are traveling across America, for years and years, I get it. But it's not like I can afford to go to America multiple times. I have to pick a specific year, then maybe wait 4 or 5 years again. And even logistics, as you can imagine, is difficult for someone like me.
Yes, you do.
But I want to go to America really bad, my friends. And, we are, 10 minutes into the video. What I was thinking, and tell me if this is stupid, because I was thinking, okay, I go from Lisbon, not that's relevant for you, but I go from Lisbon to New York. André, New York, I know, but New York is really iconic for me and is probably the most popular city in the world. I have to see it. But I will not stay there very long, and because I don't even like big cities that much, but I'm making a big exception for New York. Then, 1 or 2 days, I'm not sure, I go to Texas. Hell yeah, brother. And in Texas, probably I will spend some time. But this is, I'm just, going from the top of my head. But I want to try Texas barbecue. That's really good. I think Mexican food in Texas is probably something I should also try. And I have to see what cities I will see. That I'm still not sure. I believe Austin is really beautiful. Dallas is really beautiful. So there is a lot of options. Then is where things get a bit tricky because I would love to visit California. And there is a guy, California, you want to visit Texas and California? Yes, because I don't have politics like you, my friends. I like both states. I would love to visit California. I think it's a beautiful state. And probably the thing with California is I believe it's quite expensive for me. But I have to see a bit more. Or I could go from Texas to Florida because I also think Florida is amazing, And when I do my... I'm probably, this is boring for you, my friends, but when I do my second trip, because I cannot see the entire US in one, it's impossible. I have to pick specific regions. When I do my second one, I would love to go to the north, I would love to see places like Montana, maybe Washington, maybe Maine. I know Maine is a bit... But I don't know. I'm just putting some thoughts out there. Tell me what you guys think specific about my first idea.
So make sure if you're going to be coming to the US and you're going to travel around, sign up for those loyalty programs. Maybe you're going to be Hilton Honors or Marriott or IHG, whatever. Get that because if you're here for 2 weeks, it adds up very quickly. And so you might get a night or two for free in a hotel or an upgrade to a nicer room or free waters or free Wi-Fi. It does make a difference. And the thing is, those loyalty programs, it's not just for Delta Airlines and Marriott hotels. No, they have that for stores and restaurants and things like that. So make sure you do sign up for those to get the benefits, okay? Because those little benefits add up over time to make a big thing. Another mistake we see is people don't look for the deals or just ask about the deals. Look, there's going to be coupons for all kinds of stuff you go to here in the US. For example, we went to the Georgia Aquarium, one of the best aquariums in the world here in Atlanta, okay? And we went there and they're like, wait,
beautiful.
It's almost 4 o'clock. Why don't you go buy your ticket online and you can save $10? I'm like, wait a minute, I'm here in line, wanting to pay you right now. They're like, no, go on your phone and buy it there and you can save money. I'm like, I didn't know that. That's why it's important to look, but also it's very important to ask, do you have any specials? Do you have any deals? Are there any discounts? Because there really are a lot here in the US. It can be a Groupon kind of thing. You can do that. I know even if you're ordering pizza, let's say you got a family, we just need 1 large pizza. That's $19.99. well, what you should do is ask, hey, do you have any specials today? And they might have, well, we have 2 medium pizzas for $10.
Oh, I wish there was a big website for that, just to check all the coupons that are available in a specific region. That would be tremendous.
Wait, that's a lot better deal. Yeah, little things like that, they're all over the U.S.
Oh, this looks so nice. This is Southern food, right? Colorado. No, no, I'll say Colorado. Colorado Rings in the Southwest. Okay.
If you're here in the summer, your can of Coke might have a discount to a Six Flags or an amusement park. So you do those things to kind of save a little money. And as tourists, when they come to the U.S., they might not know about these things. So make sure you're looking, and also make sure you ask. Your hotel might have discounts yourself. Hell, this restaurant behind me here, we got a 10% discount because our hotel knows the people. They gave us a card.
I'm struggling on this one because he's speaking something really important, but he's also showing amazing food, and I'm not paying attention, I have to admit. I should ask for the discounts. Oh, this food. Oh, American food looks so nice. So nice.
Because we asked. So make sure you do that. And the last mistake I want to talk about here in Atlanta, because you notice I'm here in Atlanta and you think Atlanta, Georgia.
Can I say one thing? The other day I said, oh, this is a burger. And you guys tried to kill me in the comments. That's a sandwich because it's chicken. I was like, Jesus, chill, okay? Whoa. I mean, I'm not offending it's okay. Still think it's a burger.
It's hot, it's humid, it's horrible. Well, yes, in July and August, but not in January and not in February or December or March. Look, the mistake is people choose the wrong times to visit different places in the U.S.
Yeah, this makes
you really
a lot
need
of
to
sense.
look and make sure, is that a good time to visit?
For example, going in the summer to Texas, cuckoo, crazy idea, right? That's crazy. You should know. But on the spring could be really good.
So for example, Atlanta, in the summer, when it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius and a bajillion% humidity, it's not fun here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This town is awesome, but not when it's freaking 100 degrees and 100% humidity, okay? So you think about it, if you're in the southeast, hurricane season from July to November,
oh boy.
Minnesota is a gorgeous state to visit, but do you want to go there in February when it's freezing cold and lots of snow? I mean, these are things you got to think about. And the thing is we get tempted to go to places because we get a cheap airline ticket, but you might not get as much bang for your buck if you go there in the wrong time of the year. That's why it's important to look at the seasons. One of the mistakes I see a lot of people make is they go to Disney World between Christmas and New Year's. That is the busiest time of the year. That is like the worst time to go because they don't know. So make sure you're checking to make sure that you have the right times.
I was not aware, for example, but I would love to visit Disney.
To visit places because they make a big difference. Anyway, let's leave Atlanta and go to someplace a little more rural out there to enjoy some more of the U.S.
Okay.
And some of the mistakes we all make when we come visit. So now we're here in Jackson, Wyoming, and my next mistake that I see tourists
Wyoming is a beautiful state, right? I would love to visit Wyoming. I would love to visit all the states. That's the problem.
make when they come visit the U.S. is they don't pay attention to their surroundings. I know if you watch the news, it seems like that there's something bad happening everywhere in the U.S. all the time, and that's just not the case. Okay, the U.S. in general is a very safe place to visit, and you'll have a great time, and you really won't have to worry too much. But that doesn't mean you don't need to pay attention when you're walking around cities or you're exploring national parks. You do need to be aware of your surroundings because that magic fanny pack doesn't protect you here either, okay? So make sure you're paying attention when you're going to your hotel. Ask them, hey, are there any parts of town I shouldn't be going to or I should avoid? If you're gonna be out exploring, going to the national parks and stuff like that, you know what? They say don't go off the path for a reason. It could be rattlesnakes, it could be bears, it could be, you know, just for safety's sake. Just make sure you are paying attention to your surroundings. And if you're looking at hotels, you find hotels that are super, super cheap compared to the other places that you're finding, there might be a reason for that. So do make sure you're paying attention. Now, since I'm here in Jackson, I probably have to mention something about the national parks because Grand Teton National Park is right up there and Yellowstone National Park is just a little bit farther north of here. And mistake I see tourists...
I think the two most famous are Yellowstone and... you guys will get triggered the way I say this word, Yosemite. I'm never sure, to be honest. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. I would love to visit one of those two, but there is a lot in America. Have crazy, crazy national parks. One of, I believe, is actually my most popular video in this channel is about that. My friend, quick pause on this one. First of all, hope you are enjoying the video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. But let me share with you one thing. I have a Patreon community where I put content almost every day, a lot of early access videos. So if you want to get them, go to my Patreon, link on my description. And this is of course a good way to support the channel. That said, let's continue with this one, and I hope you have fun.
If you're going to be going exploring a lot of the National Park Service sites around the US, make sure you pick up the America the Beautiful pass. Basically, it's a year-long pass that lets you in to all these National Park Service, sites and parks and national monuments and stuff like that. And if you go to 2 or 3, it really pays for itself, and it makes life so much easier when you have it. So don't make the mistake of not getting that, especially if you're going to be out here in the northwest of the U.S., which has a lot of really beautiful national parks that you can go and enjoy. But honestly, it can help out anywhere you go. Now, another mistake I see tourists make when they come here, and there's some restaurants behind me here which made me think of this, is don't make the mistake of not asking for a doggy bag. Look, a doggy bag is when you have the extra food after you eat, you can take it home. Because I'll be honest, a lot of places in the US, the portions they give you are enough for 2 people. I mean, that's why I weigh as much as 2 people, because I eat 1 American serving, which is the biggest 2 normal person servings. So don't be embarrassed, don't be shy to ask for a doggy bag or a to-go bag or a to-go box, and take it back to your hotel, microwave it, heat it up, eat it later, take it back to your Airbnb, because you will get a lot of food. So I have seen a lot of tourists going, well, we don't ask for doggy bags where I'm from. I'm like, well, you're in the US now, it's totally okay. And some of those places might actually throw in you some more bread rolls or something like that as well. So why not get 2 meals paid for? Well, just pay for 1 meal, but actually get 2 out of it, okay? Now, another mistake I see tourists make, it's when it comes to driving. And I know in my don'ts videos and shocks video, I talk about the distances, so I'm not gonna talk about that. What I am gonna talk about are the little driving nuances in the US that sometimes travelers don't notice or don't know. One thing you'll see is in some places, not everywhere, like in New York you can't do this, or New York City you can't do this, but turning right on a red. In a lot of places in the US, you actually can turn right on red. Sure. If there's no traffic coming and if it's safe, you can go. It's almost like a yield when you're taking a right turn. Now, it's not everywhere, so you need to have a heads up for that. And some places will have a special sign saying, no right turn on red. But that is some things that sometimes you might be sitting there waiting to turn red and people might honk at you and you're like, what? The light's red. That could be one of the reasons why.
Okay, or he's a crazy guy, but yeah, this makes sense.
Also, another thing, left lane driving. Look, if you're on the highways, if you're slower, you stay to the right, you pass in the left lane. I know this is how it is in a lot of countries, but it seems like when people travel, they forget that. Now, another mistake I have for you here in Jackson is don't make the mistake of believing all the stereotypes you hear about the US, okay? I know you think everyone in the US...
No, dude, I'm the opposite of that at this point. Now I feel like I have Americans in such high expectation. I may even, feel and maybe I get disappointed because looking at this channel, you guys are amazing. And for me, American people, amazing people. That's how it goes. And stereotypes. Stereotypes in general are for them people,
Eats a pound of bacon for breakfast.
To be honest, we all have them, don't get me wrong. But, there is, let's say, probably one stereotype is there is a lot of... let's say fat people in America, but there is also a lot of skinny people, so that's...
And they go shoots their gun in the afternoon. Look, that's not the case. I mean, it's not everybody from California is a surfer dude, and everybody that's from the Southeast is a redneck, and everybody from New England is so prim and proper, and the Midwesterners are all shucksy. Yes, there's a lot of stereotypes.
See, I was not even aware of that.
Types are out there about the U.S. And one of the things I always tell people, go travel and meet the people on your own, because it doesn't matter if you're in the Pacific Northwest or the Southeast, the Northeast, the Midwest, or wherever in the U.S. Americans are actually super friendly people. And they're going to want to help you. They're going to want you to go see these things. They're going to want you to know more about their country and see more of their region. And they're going to give you the helpful tips about, hey, this is where you want to go eat. This is not the place to go eat. Because they're the ones, they're going to hook you up with a really good local food. So make a friend with some of those locals when you do drive around. And don't believe the stereotypes, except for the friendliness, because there really are a lot of friendly Americans.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's a stereotype also. And I believe on that.
So that's what I have from Jackson. Let's go see another beautiful part of the U.S.
One of the big mistakes that I see people make when they come to the United States is that they...
I believe this his wife, right?
just come here and they go to the big cities, New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta, great cities with a whole lot to offer you. But nearby those big cities are smaller towns, and if you're not checking those out, you're missing out on some really great programming, small town festivals, and
Great
really
advice.
good Americana. For instance, not too far outside Atlanta is the
Friends, one question. When you guys say Americana, I assume, because there is even a type of music that is Americana. I believe that's, honestly, I don't know that well, but it's something that is super American. I mean, looking at the name kind of makes sense to believe it. But for example, country music is also, could you call country music Americana in one? See, that's where I'm a bit lost. But okay, this American thing, correct me again, but it's something that is really American. You know what I mean? It's something that you guys may just found it here, there in this case for me.
Elder Mill Covered Bridge. It's in this lovely area, and we're only an hour and a half away. We went to a really great farmers market yesterday that had all sorts of arts and things. So just by leaving those big cities for just a day to see something interesting, you'll find a whole new side of America. Related to that is the mistake of not getting off the interstate. You come here, you have to drive in America to really see it all, to get a real good flavor of what there is. But when you do that, you tend to get on the interstate and you go from point A to point B. Get off the interstate. Get off the interstate, get on a
Makes
back
sense.
road, get on a highway that's like kind of like a Route 66 kind of thing when you're going from Chicago to LA, and you get to see these small towns and get a whole new
The
flavor
food.
of the United
Holy.
States. You'll discover a lot of hidden beauties as you come around this great country of ours on the back roads. And
I feel like to enjoy America the most, but probably you need a lot of money. That's the problem. Let's be real. Money, time, basically a lot of things that have to go. And I have a baby nowadays, so imagine how difficult that would be. But in the best case scenario, I feel like the best way to explore America is some type of road trip. That could be really fun.
as you're going from
And the exploring small cities, that probably that. You know what? That may be my dream.
one state to the other, there are often visitor centers, especially if you're on the interstate, but sometimes
You
on
know what I should do? I know I'm pausing too much. Let's go right back. But you know what I should do? This channel needs to grow. I need a sponsor. I'm not sure what type of sponsor, to be honest, that pays all of that. And I can make that a 1 year experience. To be honest, I will put a lot of videos on YouTube, most likely so.
around this great country of ours on the back roads. And as you're going from one state to the other, there are often visitor centers, especially if you're on the interstate, but sometimes on the back roads, there'll be a small kiosk and stuff with all sorts of information about nearby activities, whether it's outdoor stuff, hiking, biking, things like that,
Same
or
happens here.
festivals, or just great places to eat and sleep. There are all sorts of things that you can stop on the road and see something new. So you'll find a lot of different stuff to do in a lot of different states. And I hope that when you come here to the US, you'll get out and explore some of the small things on the small state highways and things, and
Okay.
not just the big stuff.
Oh, great
And the thing
video.
is, no matter where you are in the U.S., we hope you have a great time. And these aren't mistakes or anything bad. These are just things that you can do to help enjoy your visit to the U.S. even more. So I'm going to say thank you and bye from here in Georgia.
Bye.
Hey, thank you.
In the United States.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
Bye.
Oh, great video. I mean, Walter's World is a tremendous channel. Leave a like if you agree, my friend. Not sure if you guys are watching until the end, but if you are, I appreciate that a lot. Trust me. Yeah, leave me a comment, leave a like, subscribe, all the good stuff. See you guys next time. Bye.